groups and individuals.
I know. I'm also beginning to wonder. Well, I stand very much with Prince Adegboye and the critics of this move that the government wants to make. The government is said to want to make. But in the first place, I'm wondering, those in government now, those running the government of that state now, there was no love lost between them and the deceased when he was alive. So how come they are showing so much concern as to unraveling the cause of his death,
especially at this time? At this time, and do you remember that at the time, some people in that community, maybe it was those faceless people. Now they were fingering the present governor, that it was behind the travails that faced Akeredolu, former lead governor Akeredolu, considering the fact that everybody knew that he had prostate cancer and was being he had been in hospital for a long time, flown out of the country for a long time before he came back. Everybody knew, but people still believed it had something fetish inside.
And also, we are also made to believe that the late governor's widow, Mrs. Betty Akeredolu, also had quite a running battle with people in her husband's government, and many of whom are in government now. And based on the fact that she was at that time, from what we are told, probably tried to protect the interest of her husband in government. And many accused her of having an overbearing attitude. But then it was very much like what happened during the Buhari administration, when the first lady then, who said that there were hyenas and jackals in her husband's government, and she was very, very outspoken about it. But at some point she went silent, and even went out of the country. From the grapevine, we were told that her life was in danger at the time. We cannot substantiate that. But I think they were very much in the same scenario in those states. But Ms. Betty Akeredolu was very much up to the task, according to what we are told. I wasn't there. She was very much up to the task in standing up to those she saw possible clogs in the wheel of her husband's administration until that the sickness came. But then, by and large, like I said, I stand with those who are criticizing this planned move by the state government. I think they should just let the dead rest, and then they should just let them go on with business as usual. Honestly, I mean, something that will also involve exhuming the remains of the deceased, and in as much as the extended family has not said they suspect foul play, the extended family has not pointed any accusing fingers at the widow of the deceased. Now, that's the question I'm asking. Why are they why is the government weeping louder than the bereaved? So I think this is to use a very strong word, Bimbo, I think it would be a foolish move on the part of the government if they go ahead to do this. And it could be given all sorts of interpretations. Like I said, the family has not said they suspect foul play. So why are you now? And then I don't know. I said you want to act on a petition by some faceless groups and individuals.
If they feel they can substantiate what they have written in that petition, why not put your names, your insignia of your groups, the names of those people that wrote the petitions? Possibly the government knows them, and then they probably won't act on petitions that are not signed, but they probably know them. Maybe they are not disclosing their identities, unless of course they are the petitioners. I mean the government itself. So this one here, you remember when former President Buhari said Nigerian youths are lazy then, and there were so many controversial statements, so many reactions, and
he got the general backlash from the Nigerian youths.
Now Tinubu, he was in St. Lucia, and he did not really focus on Nigeria now, the black race. He said black race, not lazy, says Tinubu. And if he says black race, that includes Africa and in fact Nigeria too. The black race is not lazy, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu declared yesterday. He said it is made up of honest and hardworking people who can thrive globally given the right opportunities. The president spoke on Monday night after receiving St. Lucia's highest national honor knight, Commander of the Order of St. Lucia. In this quote, the black race is not lazy. We are hardworking and honest people. Given the opportunity, we can excel. We believe life itself has given us what we need. We have no cause to regret, and we have every reason to celebrate life, opportunity, and excellence, President Tinubu said during his investiture at Government House, Noni 14. And according to a statement by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nanuga, the president, who is on a state visit to the Caribbean nation, stressed the industriousness of Nigerians and the broader African diaspora.
Well, the black race is not lazy. Yes, absolutely, I agree with Mr. President. Only that we have a penchant for helping others to slavery. Those advanced nations in the West, today they are the superpowers, but their glory was built on our blood and sweat.
Yes,
and it has continued even up till now. Sometimes I wonder at the failure of the average African to build their own societies, like I said, to build their own homes. And when they go out of the country, we become experts at whatever we do. Even if it is crime, we become experts. And honest work, we also become experts, and we contribute generously to the economy. By our work, we contribute to the economy of those countries. We continue to help them to stay on the radar of the advanced nations of the world. And then while back home, due to the situation of things, due to bad leadership, due to corruption, things continue to go in the reverse gear, and everybody wants to leave the country. Every productive youth, and when they get the opportunity, they leave to contribute to help build other societies. So the president is right, we are not lazy, but then I wish more of our resourcefulness could be channeled to building our own societies.
Yes, and especially the youths. And what puzzles me, Tola, is that all these some nations that are unknown to some people, like St. Lucia. I think I just heard it about 4 days ago that a country is named St. Lucia. It's called St. Lucia. It's a Caribbean country.
Part of the Caribbean islands.
Yes, we have Fiji Islands. We have
Cape Verde.
Yes, Cape Verde.
Trinidad and Tobago.
And Tobago, yes. We haven't had anything bad about those countries, like nothing like all these things happening in African countries, other parts of the world, like they are just secluded somehow.
There's one of those highlands, I don't know if it's the same St. Lucia Bimbo, but I heard of one of those highlands, I can't recall the name now, where everything is about greenery. There are no cars, they use bicycles. So nothing like emission, nothing like gas emission, nothing like everything.
Gas flaring
and all that. So, well, maybe sometimes if you have good leaders, the smaller a nation is sometimes, the more the potentials for advancement.
Yes.
But then if you have a bad leader, the smaller the nation is, the more that bad leader would be able to keep that nation in its stranglehold.
Yes.
Well, Nigeria is big and vast, but then that ideally, according to Arabic, should be our strength. Even our population should be our strength. Look at the Chinese.
Yes.
But then we've not been able to make very much of it, and then there's just one thing that is stopping us from moving forward: leadership. the question of the leadership. Well, the current leadership, they are promising that they are going to pull us out of the woods, and then it's mid-term. And then, well, part of the effort, that visit to St. Lucia, and we are still waiting to see the rays of light at the end of that tunnel, which Mr. John says does not exist.
Yes, you said leadership. Well, leadership coupled with corruption too. Now, I have this one here talking about politics now back home in Nigeria. As the coalition meant to oust President Bola Tinubu from power gains momentum, the ruling All Progressives Congress has asserted that the president will emerge victorious in the 2027 elections. Yes, they are saying this categorically. APC spokesman Bala Ibrahim described the coalition, whose leaders met on Abuja on Tuesday, as dead on arrival. And multiple sources within the coalition movement revealed their plans to adopt the African Democratic Congress as their political platform, confirming earlier exclusive report from The Punch. And this is as former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, ex-Senate President David Mark, former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido, and other figures within the People's Democratic Party labeled the ruling APC a disaster to the nation.
Oh. But in the meantime, Bimbo had those same people, Atiku, Mark, and Tambuwal Lamido, and which is Secondus, former national chairman of the PDP. They are asking that the PDP should be collapsed into the coalition. Say party now a shadow of itself. At the same time, they are accusing the APC of blackmailing opposition members to defect. Now, I'm beginning to smell the rat, Bimbo. Atiku, Mark, Tambuwal, Secondus wanting the PDP collapsed into the coalition.
But they were the ones that said that PDP they can't be about last week.
So I don't know if that could mean well, there could be a more elaborate plot, a more elaborate conspiracy theory against the structure of the PDP. From that's why I said I'm smelling a rat, and then maybe these people could all be a part of it. And the bigger game could be that to see that the APC wins the next presidential elections, and then maybe all of them have been promised stakes. Should the APC re-emerge as the ruling party in this country. I'm not reason to suspect. I mean, people who have said that who seem to have been kind of upholding hope that the PDP would withstand the storm, and now saying they want the PDP collapse into the coalition. It's like they are saying that they want the PDP to stop existing.
Yes.
And there's this conspiracy theory where one of the states in the southwest, where the governor of that state seems to have been falling out with one of the seems to have fallen out with Mr. President Bola Tinubu. The governor believes to be a very good son of President Bola Tinubu. Now is believed to have fallen out with Mr. President, and then he also gives the impression, that particular governor giving the impression that he's very much with the PDP. But there are stories, there are rumors that he actually might be working for the interest of the APC, and that they're just trying to give a semblance that he is at cross purposes with the APC and Mr. President, just as part of the bigger game to destroy the PDP. The Atiku, Mark, Tambuwal, Lamido, and Secondus are saying that the party is now a shadow of itself.
And I can see here all those you mentioned now and others. They said they are heading for the ADC. Yes.
Not ADA.
Well, there is so many ADs and ACs and APs, and now 2027 crossfire. APC strikes back after Mark Lamido slammed Tinubu government. Yes, of course, that is a normal thing. If you strike, the opposition will strike back.
People are also saying that all this is just part of the bigger game, and that virtually everyone might be in, like I said, on the plot to return President Bola Tinubu, and that all this bickering is just part of the bigger game to give Nigerians an impression that they are actually fighting for that coveted seat, that everyone is actually as it should be, and then to give Nigerians the semblance of a true democratic run in the run-up to the presidency in 2027. Well, conspiracy theories, we do not know if these things are true, but it's just suspicions and rumors and them stories from the grapevine, that's from the political grapevine that we have been hearing. But, we also have Dan Tata, Senate postpones Northwest Constitution Review hearing. Southwest, Northeast, South, North Central, Southeast remain on track. Observes minute silence in honor of late tycoon. That the Senate has postponed this Northwest Zonal public hearing on the review of the 1999 Constitution amid the mourning of the passing of business tycoon Alhaji Aminu Dan Tata. The philanthropist, one of the promoters of the Kano Foundation, had died on June 28 in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates, at the age of 94. The Senate has chosen Kano as the venue of the Northwest Zonal hearing. Now that has been postponed, and I think the business tycoon, I think he was laid to rest in Saudi Arabia yesterday.
Yes. Yes, there's this warning here. Yes, talking about the weather. This is a warning coming from NIMET, that is the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, and it has said extreme weather conditions in the coming days may result in the loss of human lives, displacement of people, as well as damage to infrastructure, buildings, farmlands, and other properties. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, warned. The agency urged Nigerians to prepare for the extreme weather events and climate variability caused by climate change. That is according to NIMET Director General Professor Charles Anosike, who gave the warning. And he said the extreme weather event could cause damage to buildings, infrastructure, and farmlands, displace people, and cause loss of lives. But they are not giving us the measures they should take. They are just saying they should prepare for the extreme weather. Prepare. How do we prepare? What should we look out for? Is it just the weather? Is it floods? Is it other weather-related issues?
Well, it's up to you to know how you prepare. They are just telling you that it's coming.
Yes.
And that it's a reality.
So let Nigerians be warned now. Everybody, any state, they should be warned, because it is not that when the event comes, they will be saying nobody told them anything. Now, 4 persons have been confirmed drowned in floodwaters in Gombe State, and this followed the onset of the rainy season in the state. And Borno State also lost 2 residents to floods. And the public relations officer of Gombe State Police Command, Buhari Abdullahi, a deputy superintendent of police DSP, confirmed the incident in a statement yesterday in Gombe town.
But military takes delivery of 84 CNG powered vehicles to enhance operations. And all this one, federal government delegation Dangote Tajuddin and Dan Tata attend burial of business tycoon Aminu Dan Tata in Saudi Arabia. And Sano to federal government, end salary disbursement disparity, honor agreements or face industrial unrest. And the Polytechnic Ibadan, the renaming of the institution, the proposal to rename the institution after the late ex-governor Oluyole. It says here, Poly Ibadan enraged students protest against renaming after Oluyole. Academic other activities on hold. Alumni plead with governor to reconsider decision. And well, the students they hinged their protest on certain premises, and they said that okay, they are saying, well, as well as the alumni too, they are saying that renaming the institution would lead to daunting challenges for all students in Nigeria and abroad, particularly in verifying certificates, transcripts, and other documents. They also pointed out that the cost of changing records and documents will be enormous, especially at a time of economic downturn. I don't think you have to change any document in
yes, it is not compulsory.
My own certificate bears Ogun State University. And of course, that's all I've been university now. And nobody has ever told me that I should go and change any document or whatever. The certificate I've been using and I'm still using. Last Saturday renamed the institution after for its contribution to the growth of the education sector, not only in the state but the country as a whole. And as for the students, my opinion on this. Now, a lot of these young ones do not know Victor Oluyole.
Yes, exactly.
And this is the impact, one of the very far-reaching impacts of removing history
from the school curriculum.
I think they just returned it of recent.
Some schools.
So this is one of the far-reaching impact of removing history. They would have read about him, they would have learned about him from the history books. They would have been taught in class. So they would have known. Many of them are asking the question, who is Victor Oluyole? Many of them are asking what was his contribution to educational development in Oyo State, what was his contribution to the Polytechnic Ibadan? These are the questions these students have been asking simply because they never knew this man. And many of them are getting to know him just as their institution was named after the man. They've been trying to make inquiries that who exactly was Victor Oluyole, and that's for the fact that they did not even know him. That's quite sad.
Yes.
And but then I believe that the government, the students. Well, one thing I'm very happy with the students for the fact that they conducted themselves peacefully yesterday.
Yes,
they did not go violent, and I really commend them for that. Dito, the state government also commended them for conducting themselves in a peaceful manner. The deputy governor addressed them and then told them that they should put their demands in black and white for onward transmission to the governor. The chief press secretary to the governor was also at our station yesterday.
On my program.
And he said that whether the students should take a look at the antecedents of Victor Oluyole, and then he said the students should see it as an honor. He appealed to them to see it as an honor that son is named after him, to see it as an inspiration. And then, my opinion there, I also think maybe the students should also look at it that way. Maybe there should have been some brother, maybe before this proposal. Well, it's still a proposal anyway. So, but maybe before the announcement, maybe there should have been some kind of meeting, especially with the alumni and of course the students, to tell them and to make them understand why the government is doing this. And then the alumni also need to be assured that their affairs allay their affairs on the issue of the institution. Then again, maybe for many, there's also this ego thing that the Polytechnic
yes, that is
as has always been known now has to bear the name of an individual. Some said VOOP, VOP. Some call this as against the Polytechnic Ibadan. But then let me tell you a little story, Bibo. Sorry for us spending so much time on this. When we were the last set at the Oluyole University, we were the last set that had our certificates branded Ogun State University. And we are very happy at that time that that certificates were there. That we are rejoicing that thank God we have Ogun State also that certificates. Now today, if you say Ogun State University, so many times you have to say now Oluyole University. When I'm filling forms at times, when I write Ogun State University, I will now say now Oluyole University, because that is what everybody is used to now. People have forgotten, except for us that we carried certificates. Many have forgotten that it was once Ogun State University. And Ogun State University now sounds strange, queer and bizarre when you say it. So I think a due course in time, maybe I think the students will get used to it. Just as Lautech students also got used to Ladoke University of Technology.
Once Oyo State University of Technology. When the CPS came yesterday, and special advisor to the governor on media, he came yesterday, he said some things. He said, like you mentioned, he said if they had gone through some history about who this man was, who this great man was, they would have not embarked on that protest. Although, of course, he said
they are not teaching history again in schools.
Yes. He said they have the right to protest.
They do. Of course they do.
To make their grievances known. But that was what he really acted on. And he said, well, they should, and advised students, even secondary school students, even if history is not being taught in their schools. Most of them have iPhones. Yes, he said, yes, there's nothing wrong with it, but if they use it in the right way. He said if the student union, the organizer of the protest, before they embarked on that protest, Oluyole, let me just tap it or go to the library or look for somewhere I can just read what really, what this man had done in the past. He will not have let that protest come on. But at least, well, they have the right. And one thing that really baffles me, and I am an alumni of that institution, the Polytechnic Ibadan, now Oluyole University. What baffles me is that Polytechnic. What baffles me and amazed me was that he was the first. Okay, they said first rector. But I think it transited from first principal of Ibadan City Technical School, whatever, before he became rector. And he masterminded, yes, let me do that, but how the road, we talked about that yesterday, the road linking the south campus to the north campus of that institution. And some other things, some other events, yes, he was at 26. He was a commissioner? No,
commissioner
had PhD.
He was commissioner for education.
Yes, at 27, and he had PhD 26. So he was saying those are some attributes that these students should, be proud of. That yes, this man's name, was named after the institution.
Nobody told them through primary school, through secondary school, yes. So they get
even I did not know. I just learned about 2 days ago that this man had all these attributes. I did not know. That was why this issue of history is very important.
I know, and we are told that in his time as Commissioner for Education that he would personally go monitoring schools.
Yes.
Well, they said that he would sometimes jump in through the window to catch a lazy teacher otherwise. That sometimes he would come quietly into the school and he would stand by the window watching. Unknown to the teachers and the students. Then after some time he would just come in through that same window. Oyo Ogbomosho Road, contractor promises to deliver before September 2026 deadline. That sounds very good.
Yes.
We've been on this for quite a while.
Yes.
So the new contractor under the Oyo Ogbomosho Dual Carriageway project, JRB Construction Company Limited, has assured that the project will be completed earlier than the September 2026 deadline. And the JRB Technical Project Manager, Engineer Joseph Onche, gave the assurance on Tuesday while speaking with newsmen at the project site in Ogbomosho. Well, I don't know if this is an indigenous company, but it was very interesting, if indeed. It is an indigenous company making this kind of robust promise, rather than the foreigners who were earlier given the contract failed woefully to deliver.
Yes, we hope this one comes through, and we now hope that some things will be done on the Ibadan Oyo road that links the Oyo-Ogbomoso road. You know, it's in a very bad state.
The State Commissioner of Police has been visiting schools in Ibadan and is preaching against gangsterism, cultism, other vices. And I know, yes, this is very imperative at this time. I know the Commissioner of Police must have seen certain things regarding these issues in schools, which is indeed very alarming. We need to know some of the things that these children do, Bimbo, when it comes to the matter of gangsterism, cultism, and then each time you see these little ones carrying their school bags, but don't think that it's just books that's inside those bags. Some of them carry very dangerous weapons, even firearms.
Yes.
And then so you know that what
fetish materials.
So I get the Commissioner of Police, he knows what he's doing by embarking on these visits personally to preach against these things, to at least there are still children, I would believe that their minds are still open books. So whatever you write on it is what will create a lasting impression and chart the course of their lives. So arresting them young, not arresting them and clamping in detention, that's not what I'm saying, but then arresting their minds and then persuading them to do that which is right. So that is what the CP is doing now, and I give a thumbs up for that.
Yes, I think it's a right step in the right direction. Now, I have this story here, Tola, and it just looks funny to me, although maybe it is because these chiefs affected did not go through the process. And Oba Abdul Fatai Oyeyinka Aromire Oyegbemi the second Ojora of Ijora and Igonu dethroned 6 chiefs, including a Balogun, for attending a political event without his consent. The chiefs, senior members of Ojora's traditional council, were removed after being summoned to the palace where the monarch convened a meeting of Council of Bales, Balogun and Ojora councils. The Oba Ojora, displeased, demanded an explanation for the unauthorized political appearance made in the name of the palace. And the monarch, known for his allegiance to President Bola Tinubu, said the dethroned chiefs undermined dignity of the throne and his personal loyalty to the nation's leader. Well, I can understand now.
Okay, while they were insensitive to where the loyalties of the traditional ruler lay, and well, I also say here that they are traditional chiefs, and of course they should ideally they should not be seen to be partisan, just as the traditional ruler is the father of all. They also should be fathers to all. So it is the politicians that should come to them. They shouldn't be done honoring invitations by the politicians,
especially if it was the opposition.
So it is politicians that should come to them. Of course, like I said, they are fathers to all. So this every political party should come to them. They should receive everyone that comes to them, and then possibly the reception should be a joint one together with the KBC. I think that is the way it should be. They should any reception for any political party should be at the palace, and they should be together, like I said, with the KBC, and not them working at cross purposes with the traditional ruler. For the KBC too, I also think it shouldn't have open loyalties. It could have personal loyalties that no one would know for a particular political party. Well, it's human, and then these things do happen, but then it shouldn't be that kind of open loyalty where everybody would know that as a traditional that we are supposed to be the father of all, you are actually loyal to a particular person or group. But like I said, it should be the father of all, and then the politicians should come to them and not the other way around.
Now this one says, KNET, police rescue trafficked Ghanaian in Abuja And police hunt killers of 13 in Anambra community. Yes, and also fraud. I was desperate to succeed. Convicted Nigerian tells U.S. court. I think I read that story sometimes. I think yesterday or 2 days ago.
Desperate to succeed. So there's no other thing that you can do in a land that offers you almost limitless opportunities.
Yes. And driver killed as trucks collide on Lagos-Ibadan expressway. Yes, I think that story was sometimes last week. And the BDC operator narrates role in 3.4 billion naira cybercrime money laundering trial.
We should open the phone lines. Time is fast spent. So 70-5555-1985 or 80-5500-9850. Right, I'm glad the numbers to call to be part of a conversation this morning. 080-5500-9850 or 70-5555-1985.
Yes, Nasemi, Tech Village partner in Tech Hub. That's about development also. And this one says, okay, yes, I have one call here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
What happened yesterday in the battle? We protested the children of the battle. I think they did it without any violence and all that, which is good. So if they don't want, that's what they should do, and they did it. Then the anomaly should now approach the court and prevent it and sue the elected government. Although it has not been passed by the House, but I think they should approach the court first and sue them so that this may be discussed in court. You cannot impose a name on a student that definitely are attached to that name, except they agree with you and the anomaly and all that. Then you can we do some practices in this country. In the Western world and the Eastern Europe and all that, if you have a school that has been lived up to 200, 300 years, the name doesn't change. Because the Charles Darwin created itself. In a school does not make the school Charles Darwin University or Charles Darwin or Barack Obama University or something, Illinois. So no, the school will maintain that name. That's why you see have Oxford University today. You see have so many universities over there till now. Cambridge. Those things that the not change called Elizabeth University. No, it doesn't. You can name parks with their names, parks, stadium, and all that, but not schools. Destinies are attached to schools. So if they want, the name is good. Baba tried for the institution and they tried education, but you can't just impose a name on them. Their destinies, thousands of destinies are attached with their name. So that's just that. The issue of students in OYOSTATE, these things are something and beyond things. When students will now finish the exam, they decided themselves in OYOSTATE, public schools. One happened yesterday, they said one CAC and one government technical college or something like that, that they injured themselves and before the police now got there. And the commissioner of police was saying he arrested some of them even last year, like 59 of them last year. Now they started again. You know, that kind of and police was appealing to the parents to keep their children whenever they face the exam, which I think should not be ideal. Arrest them and arrest their parents. If you arrest them, let them pay a bail of 100,000. Next time they won't do that. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think the appeal should be more to the parents to train their children.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, I can come from Oluyole Kingdom.
Good to have you, sir.
Yeah, the issue of naming institution after some people, I see to me it's not all that good, but I did not condemn it outrightly. So what I'm saying is that those students say that they don't know the whole amount of Victor was good. This should not be taught in the school today, but they should also try as much as possible to read books, to know more about people. the issue of PDP, it seems to me that PDP is going. God bless you. Have a nice day at work.
Thank you very much.
So, talking about the children reading books, library culture is dead in our society. And like you said, like the CPS said, the internet is being used by the young ones for mostly all the wrong things.
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Which one, sir?
The issue of those government going to the Ministry of what purpose was this out? Did I see the wake up? I'm continuing to do food. What was the purpose? You are actually dealing with faceless people. Serious government don't do that. I'm sorry. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I agree with you absolutely. The most seriousness on the part of that government.
0055009850. That's the number to call, or 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Kikini is calling from Ikosi here.
Good to have you, sir.
Yes, I will assisting you, and we hear all what is going about the government. In that polytechnic. But what I just want to enlighten you for is that you should even change the school now, because it's not an higher institution. It's not polytechnic in Ibadan, it's not an only institution. There's another different rule itself. But to be confident, because people now, they are from another state, they are from another tribe. It will change his opinion for that.
Thank you very much.
To make his tenor to be okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
We have a break now. We'll be back.
Gbogbo ènìyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló mọ àrílẹ̀ ètò ìṣèjọba omi tuntun lábẹ́ ìṣàkóso ọlọ́lá jùlọ gómìnà Olúṣèyí Abíọ́dún Mákindé, pàápàá lẹ́ka ètò ìlera tó péjú owó pẹ̀lú ìbámu ọmọdé aláboyún àtàwọn ìyálọ́mọ tí wà lálàáfíà ní ìtẹ̀síwájú àgbéyé àti àwòye àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀bí oúnjẹ fọ́mọ tuntun jòjòló lómi ọyàn ìyá rẹ̀ fóṣù mẹ́fà àkọ́kọ́ ní kété ìbímọ láàrin wákàtí kan ìgbẹ̀bí ọmọ rẹ̀ nílé ìwòsàn gbọ́mọ tuntun jòjòló sọ́yàn fún ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjípégbé ọpọlọ okun àti agbára lẹ́yìn eléyìí fọ́mọ rẹ̀ lọ́yàn pọ́nbélé láì fi omi àgbo tàbí oúnjẹ kankan sí àfikún bó ti wulẹ̀ kó mọ fóṣù mẹ́fà gbáko. àǹfààní eléyìí lọ́mọ tuntun jòjòló yóò fi wà ní ìlera tó jí pépé. ọmọ tuntun tó mọ yàyà rẹ̀ fóṣù mẹ́fà lọ́pọlọ rẹ̀ máa ń dàgbà. ìdènà àwọn àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn ìgbàláyè àwọn èròjà aṣaralóore àti afáralókun fi yàtọ̀ láàrin àwọn akẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀. ìyálọ́mọ tó ń pèsè ọjọ́ iwájú rere fọ́mọ rẹ̀ ní sàmúlò ìlànà gbígbọ́mọ sọ́yàn fóṣù mẹ́fà àkọ́kọ́ kọ́mọ lè dàwòye. ìkéde ìlú wa látọ̀dọ̀ ikọ̀ àárín àti ilé-iṣẹ́ ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
Do you know you can post your job vacancies on Jobberman for free?
Free? Really?
Yes! Through the Young Nigeria Works Initiative, in partnership with Jobberman and the MasterCard Foundation, you can list jobs at zero cost.
And reach over 3 million job seekers?
Absolutely! Plus, you get smart tools to manage applicants and boost your brand.
Visit www.jobberman.com/employer/free-listing to post jobs for free today.
Hire right with Jobberman.
Conversation.
Alright, we're back on the program. Is still conversation. Now we are still taking phone calls. We'll still take 1 or 2 more phone calls. Hello, good morning.
Babadi Dayo from Ukehu.
Yes, I got to you, brother and Bimbo.
Peace of God to you too, sir.
I did that from Ukehu.
Yes, you're welcome.
Bimbo is always, how do I put it now? Spying my neck, and I like that. You only need to ask from Ukehu. Thank you, God bless you. On the issue of Governor Oluyole moving the cause of the death to the extent of suggesting so remain the dead body. The thinkers, the planners, and those who execute mischiefs to cause disaffection, to cause confusion, to cause trouble, whether for political, economic, or religious reason, or for any other reason, it always backfires. Let me tell them point blank, as contained in the Holy Writ, the book of Acts, chapter 11, verse 27. He that diligently seeketh good to correct favor, but he that seeketh mischief, he shall come unto him. Meaning, if you search for good, good will come back to you and you find favor. But if you search for evil, if you find you, it will come back to you. All mischief makers, they better stop making mischief so that they don't fall into mischief. Thank you, God bless you. I did that over, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Adedayo from Okio.
Looks like our time is fast spent, and been an interesting time on conversation today. We'll be back same time tomorrow morning, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akumbi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Oluyole 98.5 FM.
Yes, good morning, sports fans. The midweek edition of our Sports Beat are coming to your listening pleasure. Toby Ajibole reporting for duty this morning. And on the program, I will be linking up with the newly minted Super Falcons media officer, yes, an alumnus of the Broadcasting Corporation of OYOSTATE. And you know other than Mary Akinshola, and yes, she'll be giving us an update from the camp of the Super Falcons of Nigeria live from Morocco this morning. So yes, Mission X, that is what the Super Falcons are looking forward to, the most successful national team on the continent and even right here in Nigeria. So yes, I can confirm to you that Mary Akishola now joins us live from Morocco this morning. Good morning, Mary Akishola.
Good morning, Toby. How are you doing today?
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning, and I trust you're doing good also.
Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. I hope you are too.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much for asking. Well, without further ado, I know that today is going to be a very busy day for you as you're live in the camp of the Super Falcons right there in Morocco. And yes, if you can, kindly bring us up to speed with the activities right there in camp as the Women African Cup of Nations starts later this weekend.
I think one thing I can assure so many Nigerians out there who have given us this huge responsibility to bring home the 10th WAFCON is that camp is alive, it's bubbly, the players are ready to give their all. We've been doing lots of trainings, and we've been preparing at the highest level possible to make this Mission X a success.
Yes, talking about making the Mission X a success, we saw a tune-up friendly game that was on Sunday against, should I call them eternal rivals of Nigeria? That was the Black Queens of Ghana, and even before then, I would say the girls also earned a famous draw against Portugal. Going into this camp, the players, the coaches, what is their, shall I say, their own belief even going into the Women African Cup of Nations?
I think, well, one thing I'd say is, fine, we wouldn't really want to get complacent right now, so we're not putting too much pressure on ourselves, but we can always assure everyone that we understand the magnitude of the responsibility ahead of us, and we're doing everything possible within our means to make sure that we get success in this football.
Also, yes, going into the, shall I say, the